Welcome back to Let's Play Craz'D, the game that somehow knew this area was not one I wanted to do again and forced me to go back to it anyway. Them random stars of death! Them random stars of death was what I was trying to calmly say. And then that happened. Oh! No! Almost. Yes! Haha! Save point. You can't kill me now. Haha! Okay, now where did you run off to, you sneaky little scientist person? Oh, I see you down there. I see you hiding at the bottom of the map. Oh, giant dragon. I actually need to go here. Dragon. You can't hide from me forever. I feel like that was a quote from a game or a TV thing, but I can't remember where I've heard that. Where are you hiding now, Doctor? Where? Oh, one block to the left of where I'm at. I mean, to the right of where I'm at. Hello there. You can't hide. My map tells me where you are. For I had you chipped. Oh, that's not a V shape. I thought it put a V on top of the boss room. No, it's just the exclamation point overlapping. It's ironic, this was the first place I looked for him at the very start, and this ends up being where I have to chase him to. Nope. Thought maybe that was the end of the chase. Ah, now he's back to where we started. Hint, hint, hint. Where else would we chase him to? Urgh. How is it that you have not touched me and I am dying? And I have used every weapon I have on you and you continue to gain strength. No matter, our fight goes on. I will not allow myself to go down without you. Oh, he's dying. Oh, crud. Now he's combining everything. I approve of the background music. Also the fact that they lessened the frequency of each of the different elemental attack types flying around. Yeah, I'm gonna lose this. But I survived for half of it on my first try. Oh well. There's so many colors! That's my excuse, is literally the boulders are changing colors constantly, the lightning, there's so much distraction. I mean, I get that that's the point, and that's not a complaint, that's just, wow, it's a lot of different... The boulders are flickering, the fire and the lightning are at least stable enough to see easily, but those boulders are easy to lose track of in the chaos. Trying not to jump, because that makes dodging the boulders and the lightning a little bit harder. Just stare at the center of the screen and let my vision unfocus so that I can see it all, but just not in... Yeah, interesting note about the vision. If you relax your eyes just right, you can see a larger area, but you lose a lot of the ability to focus on specific details. But if you basically hone in on certain color patterns, you can relax your vision while keeping track of a lot of different details all at once. Not really details, that's not the word. A lot of different movements at once, while trading the ability to see the details. Oh crap! If you notice, I'm trying to hold still as much as possible, just for the sheer fact of jumping around is what gets me killed a lot. Those flying bananas picked a very bad time to appear because they confused my vision. They blocked my vision of some of the stuff that hurts me. One. Darn it! The apples, lemons, and bananas flying around the screen chaotically are, I'm trying to think of a nice word for it. In the rest of the game, they were a nice touch. In this part, they're literally just spammed as a distraction. But without them, the whole fight wouldn't be as hard, so one could defend their presence, given that the boss fight is not unwinnably difficult. And that one was suicide, because I just noticed I had like 80-something% damage. You can fire them diagonally? Didn't know that. Oh, he is firing them diagonally. I thought he was only doing the cross pattern. I wonder if the damage the boulders and such deal is a function of the size of the particular one that hits you. I'm betting it's not. See, my problem is sometimes the flying fruits block the part of the screen I need to see in order to dodge something, which gets me hit. 5. Diagonal lightning blast, darn you. I had it. If not for that diagonal blast of lightning. But I was checkmated. One coming from above, below, and at a diagonal. Well, actually, 2 coming from below, 1 coming from above, but I was in a checkmate position. I was going to get hit by something no matter how I moved. So unless I can figure out a pattern of which element is least damaging to be hit with... So much activity. I'm really loving this boss fight, I'm going to be honest. The fact it's a dodge until the timer runs out sort of situation makes this bearable. If it was I have to, during all of that, jump on his head periodically, then this would be unbearable, or quite unpleasant. But, you know, I'm the type that assuming you've seen my Untitled Story videos, if not, spoiler alert, I enjoyed the last part being where you've got to dodge for so long. Given that it's right after a boss fight that you've probably taken a lot of damage in, it's challenging and annoying, but I love the concept of the whole run down the clock while dodging an enemy that's more or less burning up all of their energy, trying to take you with them scenario. It can be very interesting and fun, and to me, in this case, it really brings a lot of the chaos and visual effects together. Darn it. So close, so close. Don't get distracted, don't get distracted. Don't get any more distracted than we already are. Long story short, I like this segment. Short story long. Growl, grr, grr. Yeah, I think, but wait a second. Yeah, I am finding this frustrating, but amusing. It's kind of got that little bit of a interest and amusement value just in the fact that it's dodged everything. But it is also just as prone to some of the difficulties with the random object placement of sometimes being put into situations where there's not a viable escape route. But since it doesn't, there's not a huge run of rooms between the save point and here, by all means, that is not problematic. Not as much so. It's just a lot to keep focused on. There's a lot of movement going on, and a part of me is thrilled with it, because I'm really enjoying that. Just spreading my focus across all of these different movements and colors. And I didn't know he could fire the lightning that close to the ground. All the different colors and patterns and movements are somewhat mesmerizing and interesting. Darn it! I was just grazed by the edge of it. So close. That's not an aggravated sigh. That's I really am honestly enjoying this part. Yeah, I will say it would have been nice if they had explained the mouse seeming to have a very crazy perception of the world bit. I guess that would explain now why the character takes damage constantly through the game, as he's infected with the virus. Or infected with a disease, I mean, to go by what the game called it. There's an example of, I saw the lightning, the apple covered it up, so I couldn't have dodged it anyway, but just a slight example. But yeah, I guess that explains why he takes damage ambiently throughout the game. But those are the kinds of details that would have been they would have done well, even if they didn't explain the reasoning early on. To have had a text box or the mouse even mention or say, I seem to take damage over time, or to mention it to the player in a meaningful context would have been useful. Because otherwise it just feels like a glitchy mechanic until you find out there's actually a legitimate reason behind it. But you should always make sure to foreshadow to the fact that there might be a legitimate reason behind it. Because otherwise, my assumption was he escaped from an asylum, so, well, that must be his sanity. But then I've played, playing the Amnesia games, that makes the concept of a sanity bar just pop to mind. -1. Not even all of my attacks combined could destroy you. I'm a mouse. Squeak. My power. Draining. Did your disease give you this power? I'm confused by that. Must use the last of it. It is my only option if I wish to carry out my plans of world domination. Dude, you killed the world. Oh. And now you're Santa Claus. Now with the disease's power, I have the strength to redraw this world in my great image. A disease does not give you the power to bend reality. My new world won't be including any of your kind, sorry. Now you sound like Shodan. Not sure what I'm doing, but yeah, I'm at 99%. I'm gonna die. Just to the disease damage in the second. Called it. And that's what's known as a Kaizo trap. Look it up, TV Tropes has a very good page on it. And I have to go through that entire thing all over again. Ain't that swell? And luckily for me, I'm enjoying this part enough that I don't mind going through it again. I find it frustrating but entertaining enough. It's got that kind of arcade quality of being both frustrating and entertaining. Enough that you don't mind going through it repeatedly. But I hope I can finish it before that wears thin. So I'd like to leave this point at being a fond memory. I didn't expect him to dive above me and do that. Having trouble keeping track of all the moving objects. Oh, 90%. That's not good. Yeah, I take damage while he's talking, so skipping over that was a good plan for me. I'm guessing I'm trying to run somewhere, given all the arrows saying go left, go left, go left. Am I actually going anywhere, or am I just repeating the same running loop? At some point in time you made a wrong turn, basically you're doomed. Wait, what? What do you mean? What? What? I'm gonna figure out what that means on the next episode, though, because we're at the 17-minute mark. See you next time.